My dear friends, welcome to Rajashekhar classes on applied data science with Python. This is lecture number 131. In this lecture, we will try to understand what is cluster sampling. I request you to go through lecture number 129 in which I discussed about stratified random sampling. If you understand stratified random sampling, understanding of cluster sampling is simple and straightforward. What is this cluster sampling? Cluster sampling also involves dividing the population into subgroups. Here also, if you have a population, that population is divided into subgroups as in stratified sampling. Let me say this is subgroup 1, subgroup 2, subgroup 1 and subgroup 2, subgroup 3. It is similar to, it is just similar to our stratified random sampling. Population is divided into non-overlapping clusters. Even in the case of stratified random sampling, that subgroups are non-overlapping. Even in cluster sampling, these subgroups are non-overlapping clusters. I can say these are non-over cluster. By nature, clusters are non-overlapping. I can say these are non-overlapping areas or non-overlapping clusters. Each cluster is miniature of population. This point is also important. Each cluster is miniature of population. We will try to understand difference between stratified sampling and cluster sampling. In the case of stratified sampling, each subgroup we were calling as stratum. Just try to recall stratum, isn't it? In the case of cluster sampling, each subgroup in the case of cluster sampling, each subgroup is known as cluster. Nature of stratum. What is the nature of stratum? These groups are internally homogeneous. Clusters are by nature homogeneous. Here, these clusters are internally heterogeneous. They are miniatures of population. These are heterogeneous. We will try to understand this with a simple illustration in next slide. Time being, just let me proceed further. What is the selecting sample? What is the procedure for selecting sample in the case of stratified random sampling? I already discussed in, now we will try to differentiate between stratified random sample and cluster sampling in terms of selection of sample. Let me say like this. A major difference between cluster and stratified sampling related to the fact that in cluster sampling, a cluster is perceived as a sampling unit. Here, cluster is, in the case of cluster is cluster. Let me repeat. Cluster is perceived. Cluster is perceived. Yes, cluster itself as a sampling unit. As a sampling unit. This point is very important. Whereas in stratified sampling, only specific elements. Here in stratified sampling, specific elements are accepted how can I say, as sampling unit. This you must understand. This difference one must understand. In the case of clustering sampling, entire cluster can be treated as sampling unit. In the case of stratified sampling, from strata, I can select a few specific elements. Which technique we were using? SRS. By using SRS, we were selecting few points from each strata, isn't it? But in the case of clustering sample, entire cluster can be taken as a sampling point in your desired sample. That's the selecting procedure. That's the difference between a stratified sample and cluster sample in terms of selection of sample. Anyway, we will try to understand this with simple example. Just consider this example. As I told you, we were saying that this one is natural grouping. Natural grouping. Which one is natural grouping? Natural grouping. Your clustering sample is natural grouping. Let me say this entire one is population. That's what it says, Jesse. It's a population. This is natural grouping, isn't it? Just I am grouping the population. How am I grouping? I am dividing. What is a cluster? I must dividing the population into subgroups. This is, let me say, subgroup 1. This is, let me say, subgroup 2. This is, let me say, subgroup 3, subgroup 4, subgroup 5, subgroup 6. Each subgroup I have 3 elements. 6 into 3, 18 elements. Means my population size is 18. That I am dividing into 6 non-overlapping subgroups. This is natural division, natural grouping. Each subgroup is known as cluster. This is cluster 1. This is cluster 2. This is cluster 3, cluster 4, cluster 5, cluster 6. Each subgroup is known as cluster, isn't it? Isn't it? That's what we were saying. We were saying that each cluster behave like a population. It's a part of the population. Even we were saying that each cluster is a miniature of the population. This is miniature of 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 population. From these miniatures, from these clusters, I must select my sample. How can I select? I must select entire cluster as a sample. For example, if I need 6 elements in my sample, isn't it? If I need 6 elements in my sample, then what I have to do? By randomly, by using SRS, I can say, I must choose some 2 clusters, isn't it? I can apply SRS. I apply SRS, just apply simple random sampling. Randomly choose randomly any 2 clusters. How am I choosing? From first group of clusters, we are selecting 1, 2, 3. From second group of clusters, I am selecting 10, 11. How am I doing? Just randomly, just applying SRS principle. We already discussed what is SRS. Now you can understand here, just you can differentiate here. These are known as clusters, whereas in stratified random sample, this one is known as strata. But strata is homogeneous, whereas cluster is heterogeneous. Just see, this one is heterogeneous, this one is heterogeneous, heterogeneous. That's what I'm saying. Isn't they are by definition, they are heterogeneous. Groups are isn't it? They are by nature, they are heterogeneous, whereas strata is homogeneous. This is a simple procedure to select sample. This is the basic mechanism in cluster sampling. This particular picture I collected from website researchmethodology.net. Just go through this one. There are a few advantages as well as disadvantages. What is my advantage? It is the most time efficient and cost efficient probability design for large geographical areas. Means that is more convenient for geographically dispersed population. Means if there is a population, if it is spread over large areas, you can apply this particular clustering sample technique. This method, I can say, this method is easy to be used from practical viewpoint. I can say unavailability of sampling frame prohibits using other random sampling methods. Disadvantages, this one is, I can say, statistically less efficient when cluster elements are similar, isn't it? If cluster elements are homogeneous, but cluster must be heterogeneous. But if cluster elements are homogeneous, this method is not efficient. Commonly has higher sampling error than other sampling techniques. Just go through this lecture. This is simple lecture. If you have any difficulty, just keep a comment. Thank you very much.